marching rhythm in my home.
How's it going, everybody? It's your boy, Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un here, back with another video about how cocaine saved my second marriage. No, I'm actually here because I wanted to make a video about bored and insecure kids. Kids around my age, which is the ripe old age of 71, and no, I just derailed everything I'm gonna say. Now, this is a video about kids around the age of 12 to... I don't know, probably 18, and it can carry into your adult if you're not careful, but these are pretty much things that kids do that are just bored and really insecure, and they're just awful people in general. You know, they're always breaking shit, they're always making fun of people, and pretty much just, you know, doing everything they can to avoid the subject of themselves. So, I guess let's just jump right into this video.
Fuck my ass! Fuck my ass! Go, fuck!
So first thing is aggression. Pretty much they just want to break and light things on fire because they have nothing to do, and subconsciously they're bored and annoyed, and they're annoyed of being bored, and they're annoyed of constantly just being alone with their own thoughts. 100% fact that you need to get to know yourself in order to be comfortable with a number of things, you know, getting made fun of, you know, being single, just all these things that require you to be on your own and fundamental that way. And if you're bored and you don't like yourself because maybe you're a idiot, then you might not want to be alone, and you might not want to be bored, so instead you're going to distract yourself with just being an absolute dick. And you'll notice this, a bunch of kids that push their insecurities on other people. You know, if they personally think they're ugly, they're going to make fun of other people that are ugly about 10 times more than anybody will make fun of them for it, because they just can't accept that fact. Whereas someone that's smart would understand, I'm not that attractive, you know, there are tons of other people, and what do we all have in common? We need to have good personalities in order to persuade the, I can't say other sex because I'll get fucking bullied, but, people that they wish to date. Just to share a little story, bunch of kids like this live in the area where I do. We had this huge fucking, fire ban around where we lived, and these idiots were so bored and so stuck up their own asshole that they decided to go into the forest and light fire.
Me llamo Jeff.
So the next thing is sadness. They feel depressed and anxious because they have nothing to do but surf the internet, even though we are social species. And pretty much what that means is that, you know, whether you're an introvert or an outrovert, I like to stay inside and be quiet and don't really go out to many social things, but I can understand we're a social species and we do need to talk to other people. And these kids, when they're bored for long enough, you have to start looking into your own feelings and emotions, and some people don't like that, so they can get mad to push their own insecurities on other people. Like, pretty much these kids just get sad because they have to sit there and pretty much look in a mirror. And this is after about 1 or 2 days of boredom, where you just have to go like, man, like, I'm not that good of a person, but these people are so immature and just have the biggest egos, so they can't look into their self and go, oh man, maybe I should change this. Instead they go like, nah, I'm great, I'm just bored and it's messing with me, so I'm gonna go fuck with some people, just anything to take their minds off of it. And like I said, they push their insecurities on other people. And the reason I call this subject sadness is because it's sad for other people that we have to watch this and then they get, you know, mad at us, and we can become kind of sad and aggravated. But this is also because they're sad and they don't know it because they don't want to tap into themselves. So it just ends up being really just one of my favorite songs, Boredom by Tyler, the Creator. He even actually goes in on the song explaining, you know, he's bored and he wants someone to hang out with and he wants someone to drive with, and he wants all these people around so that he can, you know, he doesn't have to deal with that. And then part of the song is him growing up and realizing that he's not the best person in the world and he has to deal with that, whereas the other side of the song is him, you know, trying to distract himself from himself. Just to go into analysis even further, this is from verse 2 of Tyler, the Creator, credited to, I guess, Genius Lyrics. Here's some of the lyrics. My friends suck, fuck 'em, I'm over 'em. Hi y'all yelling, hit me all day. What the fuck is the problem? Is it me? Cause I'm not solved, I'm bored. You know, all of a sudden he hates his friends because they won't hang out with him. And then, you know, all of a sudden he's sort of being sarcastic and goofy, like, hey, you know, you guys haven't, you know, talked to me in a while, like, what the fuck's going on? Please help. And then when he says, what the fuck is the problem? Is it me? You know, he starts to realize there is a sad and sort of angry thing going on with him. So he, he's wondering, is it him or is it just this thing looming over him? And then it says, because I'm not solved, I'm bored. And it's because most of the time when people get bored and they don't really know too much about, I guess, life in general, and they're just kind of coasting by, they just kind of pass it on and say, you know, I'm just bored. You know, I'm not actually feeling anything bad. But that's the problem. But anyways, on to the next subject. So obviously, it's going to be attention seekers because they want everyone to look at them, because in the moment of notoriety, they don't have to deal with themselves and learn about the darker sides of them. I'm pretty sure we've all experienced that when a bunch of people are looking at us, we can't think straight. You know, all of a sudden we're just thinking about, oh man, what do we do? How can we be funny? How can we keep this attention on me? Because personally, I don't like the feeling, but I know tons of people that really like people looking at them. You know, I like kind of staying in the back, in the corner, just being, you know, on my own. Whereas I know tons of people, they just crave that feeling that everyone is watching them. Even if it's bad attention or good attention, they just want some form of people looking at them. And then people, when they're bored, I can see them wanting attention based on the fact that they just, once again, they don't want to deal with themselves. And this isn't the type of bored and insecure where it's like you're just stuck at home and you don't have anything to do. This is the thing that, you know, follows you around. You don't have any interesting ideas. And what this turns out to be a lot is if you're not reading a bunch and if you're not looking at stuff that truly interests you, you're not going to have any proper ideas in your head, and you're just going to talk about other people, because bored people talk about other people because they have nothing else to talk about. So, you know, a part of this is understanding that you need to find something to do. Like said in the song Boredom, to bring it up again, is find some time to do something.
Find some time to do.
Last subject is, as I was saying, the kids that live in my town that have these tendencies, they want to fight me, deadass. And so kids that don't like me want to try and fight me because I didn't want to hang out with them. And they were jealous about my life compared to their boring ass life of playing Xbox One and jerking off. Not gonna lie, I used to be friends with these kids until I realized that they're a bunch of fucking losers. Just to call them out, I'm not trying to start any, you know, drama or anything. It's just deadass. They are the most boring people I've ever heard of. They don't have anything going on, like romantically, friendship wise. All they want to do is talk about other people, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and they talk to me a lot about jerking off, which is you know, I'm just to convey my emotion, I'm gonna take a sip out of my water bottle. Nah, but they just saw that I was actually, you know, I liked some of the games they were playing. Like, for instance, we all kind of liked Overwatch, and I liked Overwatch, so, you know, we talk about that. But when it came to me having, you know, I guess romantic things going on in my life, I was reading a lot of YouTube and stuff. They just didn't want anything to do with it, because they were like, oh man, this kid fucking, he's smarter than me. And it pretty much just ended up them finding any reason to hate me. And they did, because one day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna hang out with these other people. I'll see you around. And they were like, no, you're gonna stay with us, okay? I'm gonna drag you down. And that just caused this whole big thing. And pretty much, to put it shortly, ever since about last year, they've wanted to fight me. And I've moved on. I moved on pretty much in the first 2 weeks of them telling all my friends that, like, yeah, man, tell them about how we're gonna beat the shit out of them. And all my friends were like, okay, man. But now it's just to the point where, you know, I don't really care. But it's so weird that after a year, where I haven't even talked to them, that they still want to fight me. It's the best shit ever. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. You probably didn't. And 1 like equals 1 1 weed.